Here on fish. I'm not even sure what my camera's now set on because I had to readjust everything. So let me double check what I got so I know what I'm on. Okay, so I readjusted. It may not be to your liking. 4K, 60 frames per second, 16:9. Field of view should be wide, I hope. And yeah, 1/200 over 8,000 K on the shutter. EV value, negative 0.3. The texture, -2. Video noise reduction, -1. 10-bit color, if I did not mention. Now, since I'm riding the bicycle, I upped my shutter to 1/100 through 8,000. May just bring it just a little lighter. I may have to bring it down one more. And will that give me shutter? They say so. I upped the shutter to the lowest it can go. I believe it's 1/30th. It won't be 1/60th. But if I'm shooting at 4K 60, wouldn't the shutter want to be at 1/120th? Wouldn't the shutter want to be at 1/120? Well, riding a bicycle, you're not walking and moving the camera, you're just holding it steady. That's all I can say. It's dark right over here because there's no street light lighting me up. But now there's a street light lighting me up. Well, I heard the Insta Ace Pro 2 came out by Insta360. Yeah, man, looks good. I like it. But do I want to get it at 400, the standalone? Now, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, it's all mine. Not sponsored. DJI wants to come in, make a sponsorship with me. They're more than happy to do so. I pointed out firmware V1.00.05.20. I'm just calling it 1.5.20. It's unstable. It's not an official release, I say. It's still gray. They really release stuff that shouldn't be on there. In my humble opinion, I did a shot and my camera was stationary on a tripod using the DJI Mic 2 as a remote control. My video went like this. Well, unstable. You got it. Wasn't on horizon balance. It was on rock steady, wide. Now, we have here is called timer shooting. If you open it up and go to your very first, if you saved a custom, try it. And let me know if you get a timer when you hit the timer and set it up. You don't. You don't get it. The only way you can get the timer to show up is to do the video. And the video is the only one. Right now, it's just on there. That's all. Don't bother to try to use it. It won't work. 10-bit color. It's not to the people's liking. They want more high bit rate. Mbps is it? They're not happy with 100. Well, did Yi Technology do 135? Is GoPro a little higher than DJI? Maybe they are. The higher the bit rate, it's going to be crisper on your TV set. So what is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 up to now in the bit rate, in the Mbps, and the 10-bit color? Post down below, let me know, because I don't have that camera. I switched off of 60 frames per second so my shutter can't go any lower. It'd be 1/60th of a second through 8,000. Well, now I'm on 1/24 of 8,000. I'm at the lowest it can go in the shutter because my frames per second is 24 frames per second. And I should look a lot brighter than being on 4K, 16:9, 60 frames per second. I haven't shot any videos in 4K 24, and I hear people are complaining about the frames per second rate ruining their shots. That's a street light, a park light. It's about 10 o'clock and about 10 o'clock. Don't put it into your camera. You're going to get a flare. DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, again, in my opinion, IMHO. I feel that the latest firmware, they should have just added 10-bit, nothing more. People want the color profile to match the Action 4 color profile, and I agree. This color profile seems to be off just a little bit, not perfect. Now, I'm not sure if any camera you got, you're going to hear that. Why? Because I think they take everything and they throw it away and they start all over and they don't know how to get it corrected. Well, if you want to play around with color profiles, then maybe switch over to D-Log M and grab an Action 4 shot, and you got it. Do a color match, and that should match up your shots. But is it going to match up the sky, the light, the fence, the leaves, the grass? Is it going to match up the actual color profile? I don't know. I don't love using color match. I'll tell you one thing, battery life, excellent. Nobody's complaining so far about the latest firmware if it's taking the battery life and doing something with it because different things were set up. There may be just a hair, a hint, I'm not sure. Overheating, nobody's talking about overheating. So far, it's pretty good. You've seen some people go, oh, look, it's 99 degrees. I did a stationary test, and right now I don't have any heat. But I am shooting and I don't shut my camera off from start to finish. If I do that, maybe I should go back to the Osmo Action 4 and just use that. I get my daily vlogs with it. And why would we have stabilization scene picked daily in sport? Why is that going to do? What additional image stabilization does it give you if you already chosen Rocksteady, Rocksteady Plus, or Horizon Balance? Does that mess with your horizon balance? I tell you, DJI has got a lot to take care of. You got calibration on the camera, horizon calibration. I tried that. You have to make sure you're on the table 100%. You don't have a 3, 2, 1 countdown like the Pocket 3. I told them about timer shooting. They don't even want to hear that. And I told them about 10 things, and I just can't remember them. And they're not going to get addressed. Maybe in November, they release another firmware. Normally they do about 6 firmwares and they move on to the camera. Remember back with the Osmo Action 3, how we went off just like this, and what did they do in spring? About March or February, they put out another camera and they got rid of the Action 3, made an Action 4, and they just let the Action 3 go. The Action 3 is still a good camera, don't get me wrong. It is what it is, man. The DJI Osmo Action 1. We've been all through this. We did all these videos just like this. We waited for a DJI Osmo Action 2. Never came out for what we want. They did a module. People were not happy and people were happy. And we got the DJI Osmo Action 3. We did that too. Same thing with the DJI Osmo Action 4. And now today, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro. What are we going to do? Do the same thing all over in the DJI Osmo Action 6 Pro? What do you expect to see in that camera? Well, we all know where it's going to go. Now, Insta360 Ace Pro. There you got people that love that camera, this and that. Now see how they changed from a modular system, the Insta360 1R to the 1RS to the Ace to the Ace Pro, or the Ace Pro to the Ace Pro 2. And now you have a second generation Ace Pro with basically a camera. And eventually maybe they'll just get rid of the flip up screen and come like the DJI Osmo Action 8 Pro. I'm not even getting with GoPro, because for the reason of Insta and GoPro, they got one thing in common. They don't have a front touch screen. No front touch screen. The best bang for the buck. Is it a GoPro, DJI, or Insta360? I don't know. DJI seems to be the best bang for the buck. You're not going to go broke with the DJI. With GoPro you may. And followed by Insta360. Well, I'm on, like I said, 4K at 24 frames per second, shooting with the Action 5 Pro, finishing up the vlog. And today's that day that I go get Wacky Wednesday. Bagels, that is. I get the special. I get most bagels for the bang for the buck. The statue is lit up in the distance, so you get to see the shot. I love starting off my video pointing down to you so you can see the actual bike, the light on and all. I start holding on the handlebar and lifting up, just like so, and then I start my video and I start to do my talk. I'm coming around the bend to the bagel store. And here we are. I saw the DJI Mic 2 prompt come on. And it stayed on for a number of seconds. Oh man. Unstable? Yes indeed. That's what DJI is with the latest firmware. Unstable. So I'm not sure. I gotta end this vlog and say, hey, thanks very much for your time. I got some bagels on the handlebar. Let me get going. The fish can ride with bagels on the handlebar. He knows how to hold the bike. Well, speaking of a bike, I'm on a Cannondale Adventure 2. Oh man, still not a year old. I love it. The only little issue I have with it is the changing of the gears, that it may not sit in the gear. So, meaning that it doesn't go directly into the gears. Just a hair adjustment if asked. This bike cost about 600 and change, and it went directly up to 800 and change, and it hasn't gone down on sale. It doesn't seem to be a popular bike, but it is a bike that gets from point A to point B and back, no problems asked. I ride it every day. I put some mileage on it every day. If I had to add the mileage from March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, what, 8 months, 6 months, 7 months at 5 miles a day? Add it up, and you know what I got. Well, I adjusted up my shutter speed of the settings I'm on. This way, see what it looks like. I believe it's 1/120th to 200, if I'm not mistaken. And on that note, I'm wrapping my review, my talk, my opinion, my DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro vlog up. I am Fish, and I thank you for coming along and listening to my story and sharing the fun. And on that note, I'll catch you on many other videos to come.